In 2018, a private security firm conducted a routine review of surveillance footage. The camera in question monitored a restricted hallway. This corridor had no windows. There was no way for an external signal to interfere. The area was secure. Motion sensors were installed. None were triggered during the event. At first glance, the footage appeared unremarkable. People came and went. Maintenance staff performed their duties. The day proceeded as expected. The anomaly was only discovered when the timestamps were closely examined. The system had recorded a file with a duration of 6 minutes, but the events depicted within that file spanned a total of 12 minutes. This is what the footage showed. Individuals would enter the corridor from one end. They walked its full length. Then they exited through the door at the other side. Moments later, the same individuals would appear again at the starting point. They would repeat the exact same walk. These were not simple replays. The footage was not a duplicate loop. The timestamps continued to progress, showing a linear passage of time. Then, something even stranger occurred. The timestamps would suddenly reverse. They would scroll backward for a period. Then, they would resume their normal forward progression. This happened multiple times within the same short recording. The flow of time itself seemed to stutter and fold back on itself. A full forensic analysis of the frames was conducted. Experts looked for any sign of manipulation. They found no evidence of edits. There were no dropped frames, which often indicate a technical glitch. No compression errors were detected that could explain the bizarre behavior. The footage appeared clean. Independent analysts were brought in to verify the findings. They examined the file's metadata. This data, which contains information about how and when the file was created, was completely intact. It showed no signs of tampering. The digital signature was valid. The investigation deepened. They checked the camera's internal system clock. It was perfectly synchronized with the central server. The server's clock, in turn, was matched to external, universally recognized time references. The entire system was time accurate. Only the events captured by this one camera behaved differently. The paradox was contained entirely within the footage itself. Logically, the next step was to check adjacent cameras. Were they showing similar anomalies? The answer was no. Cameras monitoring the areas just outside the corridor's entrances and exits showed normal, linear time. People entered the hallway and exited it precisely when expected. The temporal distortion was localized to that single, isolated space. Could there be a physical explanation? Investigators searched the corridor itself for any irregularities. They looked for powerful electromagnetic fields that could disrupt electronic equipment. They found none. They tested the power supply for any instability or fluctuations. The power was stable and clean. The physical environment offered no clues. The corridor was just a corridor. The event was officially logged. It was documented in detail. And then, it was archived. Due to the lack of any explanation, it was classified as an unresolved anomaly. The security firm could not determine the cause. The phenomenon defied their understanding of how their own systems worked. As a precaution, the camera was replaced. The original unit was taken for further, more intensive analysis, which also yielded no answers. The new camera was installed. And since that day, the anomaly has never repeated. The hallway surveillance has remained normal, but the original footage still exists. It is stored in a secure digital archive. It remains a 6-minute file that documents 12 minutes of impossible events. It is a recording of time behaving inconsistently inside a closed and monitored system. It is a piece of data that should not exist. We believe that some phenomena are beyond our current understanding. They are not supernatural, but they challenge the limits of our science. They exist as outliers in the data, as unexplained events captured by our own technology. They are real anomalies. This channel is dedicated to documenting these occurrences. We present the facts as they were recorded. We examine the evidence without speculation. We explore the cases that have been left unresolved, the glitches in reality that hint at a more complex world than we currently perceive. The corridor footage is just one of many such cases. Each one presents a unique puzzle. Each one is a verified event that defies a simple explanation. We will continue to investigate these mysteries, one frame at a time. The truth is often hidden in the details. Thank you for joining us on this investigation. If you are interested in exploring more documented anomalies and unexplained phenomena, consider subscribing. Follow our journey as we piece together the evidence of a world that is far stranger than we imagine. Stay curious.